Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Homemaking with Lizzie. I'm so glad you decided to join me today. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, I'm so glad that you returned. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you my free Christmas printable. It's a planner that will help keep all of your ideas, thoughts, details into one spot so you don't have to keep it up here and your heart can be full of what Christmas is supposed to really be about. Now let's go ahead and get started and I'll show you all the details. I'm going to go ahead and get started by sharing what I like to keep on hand for my binder. I like to have personally colored pens and a pencil because you don't want to put something in pen that you can't erase because we got lots of ideas floating around and they will change. I recommend a 1-inch binder with a clear view in the front so that you can put in this page that I have at the beginning of the printable. I also have these tabs to help keep all the sections clear. I personally have designated this printable packet into about 8 different sections, and we'll go over those. So as I said before, we have this first page, the Merriest Little Christmas Planner 2024. I went ahead and bought a pouch so that I can go ahead and keep all my pens, my highlighters, any receipts that I save so that if I need to do a return sometime in the season, I know exactly where they are. And don't worry, all of the things I've shown you so far as far as supplies are concerned, I am going to have linked down in the description box. Now you can order these sections in whatever way you want. There's no rhyme or reason. This is just kind of how I did it. But the first section I have is menus and grocery shopping. I have a Christmas menu. And you can see more of the details of all of these as you get linked to the free printable. You can kind of go through it, see what pages apply to you most. If you want to create multiple copies of one type of page, which you probably will on some of these, then you're free to do so. You have Christmas recipes, so you can get all of your ideas down into one spot. It'll have a place where you can put whether it's on a Pinterest board, a cookbook, what page it's on, so you can keep track of all those things and go straight to them while you're cooking and not trying to remember on the fly. I created a grocery list with produce, meats, pantry, dairy, household, and other. And this page will come in particular handy when you get down to the nitty-gritty of the day of cooking. I have an entire schedule laid out by the time of day so that you can kind of create a game plan of how long something will take to cook, if you can cook certain things simultaneously, etc. The next section I have is calendars. Pretty self-explanatory. This one is an overview of the entire month with a spot for your to-dos, special notes you want to take. I have a month at a glance, and you can just fill that in however you need to. I have December at a glance, and then December as a full calendar month to write in the details. Next I have traditions. And I love traditions. I think most people love traditions at Christmas time. And for a while there, I was running myself ragged trying to do all the traditions that I thought would be fun that I saw on social media and Pinterest, and I was not having fun at Christmas. So I decided that if there is something new that I want to try, I should only try 1, maybe 2 things a year, but really stick to the things that I know my family loves. And I will show you another part of this planner that will connect to this tradition section. So we have traditional recipes, decor, because there's things that I like to repeat so that my kids get excited every year when we pull out the same decor and they're like, oh yeah, I remember this. Like a big one in my family is the Christmas train. My 6-year-old boy, it drives him crazy because it's the very last thing to put out and he wants it to be the very first thing. And so Christmas train is a must, as well as many other things. We have activities that we like to do, movies, service, and then anything other that isn't listed here. The next section is gift giving. Pardon my voice, I am getting over a little bit of a chest and throat cold. This first page is the holiday card list where you can print. I probably will print multiples of these. I think I have another copy here that I need to put in. Then it has the family name or the person's name and the address. and if it's been mailed or not, and you can check the little box. Now this one, I have DIY gift planner, and this has all the specifics about the idea I have for the different gifts that I'm going to be putting together. Mainly neighbor gifts, teacher gifts, friend gifts, things like that. That will be a little bit more of a DIY, especially kid gifts to special people in the family like grandparents, aunts and uncles, things like that. This will help keep your ideas on one place. If you're thinking about part of it one day and then you get the other part of your idea another day, you don't have to remember it all and hang on to it up here. It's just too much. It's just too much. And then you have a little place where you can sketch it out if you need to. Because this planner will be highly used and the pages will be turned, I highly recommend getting little reinforcement stickers for your holes on your pages, and I'll also have those linked down below. This is another page. It's to put down your ideas for different categories of groups of gifts, such as friends, neighbors. I also like to do doctor's offices. I really love our doctors. Co-workers for those that work. And I have another page that I added to this later, and I need to print that one off, so check that out in the printable. This one is an online shopping tracker, so you can keep track of, you know, all those little nuanced places that you might be shopping at. Amazon is easy to keep track of, but then you have like that one-off place and you're like, wait, what was the name of that place I ordered that one thing from? I've done that. And so this one has item, web address, order number, tracking number, and carrier name, amount that you spent, and the arrival or anticipated arrival date. And for those of you Black Friday lovers of shopping, this is the page for you. It's going to help you keep all your ideas of what you want to shop for on that day in one place, so you're not having to track all the ads and try to remember what ad you got it from. You can still keep your ads with you to reference, but this will help you keep you on track when you're shopping for those Black Friday deals. You'll be able to get all of the ones in one place. The next section is on decorating, and this one you're going to be able to sketch out your ideas. You're going to be able to write down what decor you do have and plan on using, and what decor you still need to get in these different categories of types of decor. Now this page is for the indoor decor, and this page is for the outdoor decor, but the same idea. This is a page for you to sketch your outdoor ideas, and then the following page is for your indoor ideas. You can print as many of these as you need, because indoor is going to be much more room specific. And so you can sketch out what you're going to do on your cabinets, what you're going to do on your mantle, what you're going to do down on that little table that you have in the entryway. This one you're definitely going to want to print multiples of. It is your Christmas decor bin content, so when it comes time to put away your decor, you will have a place to slip that in front of the, I like to put them in the long end of my decor bins, and I personally like to get clear ones. And then you can write the contents here of what's inside, so when you go to pull them out next year, you'll know exactly what's inside. The next section is budgets, which is a very important part of your Christmas planning. Am I right? So I have a food budget. This one's gonna cover what the category of food is, what your budget is for that food, and the anticipated amount, what the actual grocery bill came out to be, and what your remaining balance is. So it's kind of like a little checkbook. This page is for your gifts budget. So if you want to print out a page specific for your friend's gift budget, or your kids, or your husband, or your wife, or whoever, mom and dad, you can print out as many of these as you'd like, or you can specify each specific person, but this will give you a glance of your gifts budget just in one look. This is a decor budget, so any of the decor you're planning on getting on the other page in the decorating section, you can put on here of what you anticipate that budget to need to be, or what budget you need to stick to. This will help you stay on track. This last budget sheet is for your supplies. Are you going to need new dishes to serve on? Are you hosting this year? Your tablecloth? Are you going to need new scissors and tape and wrapping paper? All of those things are going to go here on this page. Activities and service section is going to be the one that's going to help you keep track of all the fun things that help fill your heart during the holiday season. These are the things that help make memories and all the special moments of the season. There's one page for your bucket list, so you can create all the things that you want to do during this holiday season on one side. And this side is your service list. Are you going to be taking cookies to a neighbor? Are you going to be secretly dropping off little gifts to people that are anonymous? Are you going to sing carols? All the different things that would be service go in this side. Now, I have looked at lots of different Christmas budgets and planners and all the different things, but none of them, not one that I have seen, has included a section of how you're going to incorporate Christ and the true meaning of Christmas into the season, because believe it or not, the whole season could pass us by and then we forget, oh yeah, like it's not about buying all the gifts and it's not about chasing all the sales and decorating even. Decorating makes it fun and beautiful and it creates a fun backdrop and it helps create a feeling, but this is the true feeling and meaning of the season. And there have been specific, very conscious decisions that I have personally made to try to make sure that we center our holiday season around Christ and His birth. And so this is going to help you stay on track for that. And you can create all your different ideas. I like to incorporate not just nativities. Nativities are a very obvious good option, but making sure that you're remembering the reason or going over the Bible and the scriptures that talk about His birth and the lead up to His birth. You could go over the different names that Christ has and what those meanings are. There's connected scriptures to those. Those are just some ideas. Doing Christmas for another family if you're able to. Those are all good things that help bring the true meaning of Christmas into your holiday season. Now this section is miscellaneous. It's going to have some of the random things that kind of come up. I have a page for notes, so if there's things you want to jot down about your Christmas binder or the season, you can put them here. Again, you can print as many of these pages individually as you would like. This one won't stay in the binder long. It is a leftovers label, so that as you're sending family home with food, you don't get things mixed up of what food belongs to who. And I'm going to be cutting these out before I have family over, writing names on them as I'm sending them home. And you can just tape these on. It's not a big deal. And I like to have containers on hand that they don't have to return. I don't want to have to worry about my dishes going some other place. So this is a good way to keep track of all of those leftovers and who they should go home with. Now I wanted to save this page in particular for the last because it's going to be used the most. I know that we all have children we like to get gifts for, and they're our most important priority during the holiday season. And this is going to be in conjunction with the papers that I had my kids fill out. They are separate because I had different things on my end that I wanted to jot notes down on that they don't have on theirs to keep things a surprise. So I had my kids fill out a Christmas list, and it has their name, age, shoe size, shirt size, pant size, something to do, read, need, want, wear, can play, and what their interests are, and what their favorite Christmas tradition or traditions are. And this is going to be like a little time capsule of my kids at Christmas time of this year, 2024. And as you can see, my 9-year-old just said toys. He's very into toys. But even though he's so into the toys, believe it or not, his favorite Christmas tradition, which we have many, is to read the Other Wise Man book. And that is something that we started doing before we open presents, before we get elf names, which is another Christmas tradition that we dearly love in our house. And it's before we open all the gifts and things go crazy. We really try, again, to center our morning and our day, starting off with reading about the life of another wise man who was looking and seeking for Christ, and what he did and the sacrifices he made to get to Christ. And it's a very, very moving story, and my little 9-year-old loves that story. So we have them fill out these. Now the difference is going to be if I can get the paper up. It again has their name, age, shoe size, shirt size. I put their elf name because in our family, I got really tired of kids comparing gift sizes to one another and then teasing each other. That just takes the joy out of it for me. So my sister Tessa recommended doing elf names, and every year they all get a different elf name, and they don't know what their elf name is until Christmas morning when I send them on a scavenger hunt, and the ultimate clue or paper that they find is a list of their names with their elf names, and then they go running to the Christmas tree and gathering their presents with their elf names, and it's actually a lot of fun. It has really made the Christmas season fun, and they laugh at the different elf names that I come up with every year and try to guess whose is whose, and it's a fun time. So the very first set of gifts that I wrap is when I first introduce all of the elf names for the year, and they don't know whose name is who until Christmas morning, but I do, and I keep track of it here. And then this is my budget for them, and I can just take some quick snapshot notes. This is the stocking stuffer ideas that I have for them, which is again not something I want them to have on their Christmas list page. And then the Christmas Eve box contents. I love to do a Christmas Eve box for my kids. It usually includes a pair of new pajamas, usually Christmas pajamas, hot chocolate, fuzzy socks, something fun to kind of fidget with, sometimes a Christmas movie, sometimes a game. It just kind of depends on what the year brings. So that's where I put all of their contents and ideas here. And then it has an overview of what's on their page as far as their interests and hobbies, the to-dos, wants, wear, read, need, and to play. So all of these things are on their page, and these are the additional things that are on my end. I'm just going to go ahead and get started on some of my planning. I do want to let you know that if you want to have access to this free Christmas planner printable, go ahead and leave me your favorite Christmas emoji or any kind of comment down in the comment section, and I will link it to you, and you can print it for free as many times as you would like. The only thing I ask is that it's for personal use only. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the next one.